and the pressure is less. And I was, my throat hurts, but we're gonna do this. So today we had this masterclass with Sam Mendes. Actually, I think this might be a really good opportunity to, I mean, doing these lives to kind of have like a little bit of a diary of interesting things that happened in 1 year. Um, so Sam Mendes came to NFTS to do this talk, and oh my gosh, wait, I'm still hungry. Sorry. Yeah, no, it was really cool. It was really cool. I didn't know he had directed the Lehman trilogy. Mm. I don't know, like, I'm just so pleased to have these amazing opportunities. Like, Roger and James Deakins came to the school only like the previous week. Like, how phenomenal is that? So let's get to it. Let's get the information. Okay. So something he said was, Sam Mendes was, don't sacrifice the human for the epic, but don't sacrifice the epic for the human. So in films, he was saying like that's what he wanted to do. So he was saying like nowadays films, he was saying like, you know, the big tentpole films, it's kind of, yeah, he was saying that there was like missing an element of, how was he explaining it, like epicness, but like it's more like the beauty of film, like the visually stunning element of film. He was saying that there was kind of that element that was kind of getting um yeah, like sidetracked, or like not so it was like, I don't want to sacrifice the beauty of film, and yeah, don't sacrifice yeah, but also like take care of like the very human moments, right? Again, like okay, fine. He then mentioned that plays or theater was home for him, that he really admired the filmmakers that had different styles of films, like each film was sort of its own world. And I found that really exciting because we were having this conversation with a friend who's a poet, and we're talking about how different artists, in order to kind of come up with a brand that's recognizable, can sort of keep working on a specific tone, style, look, um, and that therefore they're recognizable. But I do love the challenge of creating a whole new. So anyway, so he really looked up to or he looks up to the, or really like, yeah, admired the director of Brokeback Mountain that also did tons of other films that are very different. So he also said that when he was doing American Beauty, it was a $10 million film, which he said was very small budget compared to, I guess, the things he does now. So that meant that there wasn't so much pressure, and that allowed for them, because someone asked a question regarding the scoring of American Beauty. So he was like, oh, yeah, they just had more freedom to really explore, and they never, no, but he was like, he never thought of the Academy Awards. He just thought that that was the best script that he had read until that point. Steven Spielberg had come up to him and said like, hey, I'm doing this, like, I'm setting up this company, and one of the scripts that he read was American Beauty. He said that the way that he gets into the story is the visual first. So he says he likes to work with someone that understands the visual look that he sees. And oh yeah, okay. So what he was saying is that many films nowadays sacrifice the beauty for a big or like epic look kind of thing. Okay. Um he said that what he really thought was really interesting was that there was this like very beautiful moment where he was working on the Bond film, and Roger Deakins, the cinematographer, was just happy. Like, he just looked so content, like looking through a camera. And Sam Mendes sent this picture to James, who is the wife of Roger Deakins. And James was like, yeah, you know, you just give him a camera and he'll be happy. And what Sam Mendes thought it was really cool was that cinematographers are able to like understand that concept, that you can only look at one thing at a time. And he said that that was a key element of like being able to distill sometimes when things get a bit too much. But then people come to you and they just ask you to look at one thing, like the costume department, like someone comes in and says, "Can you look at this one thing? Can you look at this one thing?" And so he just like addresses one thing at a time. Okay, so that's 5 minutes. Yeah,